It's time we get our gimp on.
This is not just a mission.
You are going on a quest, a journey into the depths of Valhalla with no easy way out.
Interesting.
That was just in case you, the audience, wanted to know.
We're more likely now to go on a quest, kill the bad guy, get the girl,
You called me?
save the world, huzzah, everyone wins today, la-di-da-da.
Better to just let me handle the fighting. I wouldn't want any of you common soldiers getting hurt.
It could be the opportunity to become the hero you always wanted to be. It won't, but it could.
Ouch.
It will be the end of Yendar's famous airborne leap.
Kill pick! No!
When the going gets tough, the Dan get going. I am nothing if not man incarnate. Because you can't spell Dan without man.
We are still stuck out here in the middle of nowhere.
My plan is complete. This power is all mine.
Oh man. Ooh, Run away, coward! Where are you so I can kill you myself?
You lose. Valhalla is mine.
Mind shackle.
So, Kelda, this is how your quest ends. Everyone that you've been protecting, captured or dead.
I can offer you something you want.
And what would that be?
Power.
To the death, then. Now this is a fight.
you are the only one who can save Valhalla.
We have an agreement then.
Yes, Korok. We agree.
And I have a plan.
We're all gonna die.
What's wrong with this guy?
Welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time. And my goodness, just watching those trailers again, remembering the things that I've done the past 10 plus years, kind of lifts your spirits a little bit. Alright, let's get started tonight. Shall we? I just gotta find the right button. Where's that button? So yes, okay, editing Kee-Mo-Shi, because we are still on this. Actually, I haven't even touched it since I think November or October was the last time I streamed on this. It's been a little while. So hi, I'm Ryan. I am Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla, and I am the guy who, well, not only do I love Heroscape, but I also do animations with Heroscape. I did a series, so far 3-season series called Tales of Valhalla: The Aftermath Chronicles, which involves the characters in Heroscape, as you saw in those trailers, or if you watched those trailers coming into this live stream. And I'm also currently I've done multiple shorts, different shorts involving either characters of Tales of Valhalla or characters in Heroscape. I've done a few, and I'm just wrapping up on the final introduction short that I had mapped out these last 10 years, and that was for a Kee-Mo-Shi introduction. And now I've animated stuff, but the last bit of animated animations I did before finishing season 3 was this Kee-Mo-Shi short. And actually, I animated this Kee-Mo-Shi short at the first SkateCon that I was at. I brought all my gear, all my portable studio stuff, and in a hotel room with Joe Crazy, my buddy Jeremy, I think Ben MK Plus Ultra was there, because I did Ben's voiceovers, did a few people's voiceovers, and I also animated to show Joe Crazy how to animate. And that footage of me animating, because we videotaped me animating this thing, that still hasn't even been released, but I'm trying to get this out first. And this was like, what? How many years ago? 3-4 years ago now? It's like 2021, 2022, something like that. Something like that. I think it was maybe it was 22, but it was a while ago. And so I just backlogged so much that finally can get this, because I had other character introduction videos to release. The last one was Kelda, and that took a long time to do. I was hoping to get this one done by the end of the year, but holidays happened. Traveling to Chile had happened, and now tonight I guess I'm gonna do it. And also we paint a lot. I think the painting streams has really gotten in the way of that, but that's fine, because there's plenty of stuff for me to paint. But not to mention that there's other animation projects that are going to be happening, so I'm like, oh, I gotta finish this thing. So, and I still, like I said, I think the last time we were here, I had laid down some video track, and I gotta lay down some more. So we'll do that for a little bit tonight before I gotta go to bed. I have a busy day tomorrow, and yeah, we'll do that. In the meantime, we'll chat. Like I said, we're nearly like a week and a few days away from Renegade Con 2, to where Secrets of the Citadel is going to be announced and released. That whole master set. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that new master set they're announcing, how much? Ballpark figure. It's and I think I already asked this of some people, but I'm almost guaranteeing you that whatever the price that Age of Annihilation master set was, it's probably going to be $30 to $60 more for the painted, like the pre-painted set. And then the same for the unpainted. I don't see that being reduced in cost from the original stuff a few years ago. However much that stuff cost, it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, am I gonna pre-order that? Probably not. I'm broke as a joke and trying to make my best in the world here. But here, I'm gonna turn this on so y'all can kind of hear and listen in on what we have so far in this short, and I have the kind of script thing here too as well. Oh, another thing too, just so you all know what's going on with production things. So here is my Canon T3i, my trusty Canon T3i that I've had throughout these last 10 plus years, and it broke. I think I sent a message that it broke during animating, like end of December into January. I got it back from the shop, tested it out, adjusted the settings because they put it back to factory settings, so I had to readjust it, and it's looking good. So I'm good to animate with my old Betsy here, and then I have me Betsy backup too. This T3i body, and this is my friend Sean's, and this was used a little bit when the other T3i broke years ago before. And then my buddy Sean ended up, and my buddy Sean who voices Sergeant Drake Alexander, he let me borrow it, and then a year or two ago he ended up giving me this, but it needed some work too, so I took it in as well to the shop, and it's working good now. So I got my old Betsy T3i and a backup, but next time these things break, I'll just probably get a new camera because it's going to get more expensive to repair them. So they're on their last leg, their last bit. Anyway, how is everybody else doing tonight while I go through this? Hope everybody's doing well. For me today, how do I put it? It's slightly depressing, and I can explain that in a little bit. I mean, sometimes you just have down days, that just happens, and you get in your own head, about things, and you might overthink things, or you're just in a situation to where you feel, and kind of feel that weight a little bit. But I can explain why in a moment. For now, let me just watch through this. This is just like a minute. Let me see where this is at and see what else I got to clip in here. Like I said, you all can listen along because I turned on the audio portion for this timeline. So let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Kee-Mo-Shi. That's Kee-Mo-Shi. I am a war witch, an absolute beauty.
I gotta throw up.
Oh, bless you! Now, I am absolutely diabolical. I can control your mind. I can break your mind.
There's gonna be some special effects there.
One way or another, you will be mine. No, not you. I will share minds with anyone. Not here.
Okay. So, just gotta find a way to
I am a warwitch. That's Kee-Mo-Shi.
I think what I might do for editing too is every time she says her name, like zoom in a little bit more. So let me see if I can I can add like some type of sound effect at the end of that too. Hold on a second. Hey Warpig, how you doing? I'm gonna waving back to you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're just working on this. I gotta add some stuff to this in a second, but here first I'm just gonna edit this. And okay, 109. So we need to 118. Do the same for this. 118. 118. Boom. And let's just give it up. Boom. You know, I can cut that. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Get this going here. Yeah, I can make sound. I can put sound effects with this to I just wanted to give like a little bit more life to those shots, so that works well. Okay. Oh, what are your bets for like that big Morrow type creature that's probably going to be in the Secret of the Citadel master set? That big hulking Morrow looking thing. How much you want to bet that's Kee-Mo-Shi? Just like probably not, but you know, one can hope. We are saying Kee-Mo-Shi 2.0. I'm almost positive that sooner or later, if it's not sooner or later, we're going to get a Kee-Mo-Shi 2.0, and it better be something that bonds with stuff. All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. It better be a Kee-Mo-Shi that you can actually play on the field, and not one that just looks good. Biggest disappointment is that Kee-Mo-Shi doesn't, you know, just doesn't bond with anything. Okay, let me find some. Okay. You can't answer. That's okay. Those who can answer, don't. But we have like 4 or 5 other people on the stream. They can definitely answer unless they know something I don't know. Doo-da, doo-da. They know something I don't know. Doo-da-doo-da-day. Okay. I'm gonna cut this. But yeah, I would say, like, given that prediction, I'm hoping it's Kee-Mo-Shi. Although if they have something better for Kee-Mo-Shi, then okay, I'm fine waiting. Oh, I'll show you something more, Pig 2. You know how we were talking about Finn on Sunday. Well, my son kind of landed on the fin that he had in his room. I think he was like tracing on his paper and completely snapped the thing off its base. Like there's a piece of base on it. Yeah, my son. And first he came up and he's like, "Daddy, this broke." And I'm like, the base is completely snapped off. What did you do to it? Because I'm just like, did you like yank it to where it snapped off? And he's like, no, I fell on top of it. I'm like, okay, that's what you probably should have led with. And you probably should have said, "Daddy, I fell on this. This thing didn't," I don't like explain. This thing, that didn't break by itself. And I knew it as soon as you said it. So next time, say exactly specific detail what you mean. You could have just said, "Daddy, I fell on top of this and it broke." Then, that would be fine. But yeah, it's kind of curious that it was Finn that did it. So you broke one of my 4 or 5 fins that I have. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at some of these videos here. Okay, we got that. Is there anything else here? Okay, no, it's just that. So we're coming at the end, which like kind of tells a joke for Kee-Mo-Shi. I know there isn't really much to this short, but again, I wasn't really planning on doing much with it here. Let me just look at some of these. What do we got? Okay, that's a close-up. I think we already used that close-up. Did we? Okay, no, I guess we gotta bring that in as a close-up sometime. Like I said, some of this needs some finesse, but let me see what we got in these. Yeah, there's that. Oh, who asked you? Yep. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, now here's a question that you all might be able to ask. Now, I have actually 2 alternate endings for the end of this short, and I'll make both versions, but one I'll be for the public and one will be for members. Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter because the ending result is the same. But here I have Doomed that Kee-Mo-Shi says the lines. Because I imagine that Kee-Mo-Shi wouldn't want to like share minds with either Doomed or Sylvaris, but here I'll say.
No, not you. I will share minds with anyone. Not you.
And so that's what she says, and so she can either be saying it for the public one, for Doomed, and she does it right here. Because and that's just a hint that nobody really plays with Doomed, or Kee-Mo-Shi probably would shy away from Doomed, and there is that, and then there is. Let me find it. Look at these close-ups real quick. She looks over at a character and it's going to be Sylvaris, and the Sylvaris character, of course, in Tales of Valhalla, she probably want to share minds with either, or take over their mind. So that's more of a stab at Sylvaris's character, which I don't mind making fun of. And Sylvaris is probably going to say something. I'll probably ad-lib something for Sylvaris at the end there. So who would you rather be public, and who would you rather be behind the paywall? The Sylvaris ending or the Doomed ending reaction? For that, I'll make both, and I'll figure out who for which. But yeah, that is what I'm probably gonna do. We're gonna plan two endings, one alternate, just like I did. I did a similar thing for this one. I'm gonna bring it up real quick. And this is the bonus of being like a member supporter. Even the lowest tier. The lowest tier gets access to whatever behind the scenes videos or alternate videos that I get. But let's see, where is it? Okay, like for this.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
you're absolutely right, Warpig.
Is that one the queen?
Yeah,
Get out! Run this way, Gimp.
Okay, gotta roll.
see, no, this is Enter the Score-Dire. I did that, and so I'm seeing it right now. But with Enter the Score-Dire, I did have a little bit of an alt version. I added a scene that I cut from it. I added just a small scene back in of a couple of other characters. That's just on the member side, behind the paywall. For that viewing, it doesn't take anything away from it, but it does add, you know, a little bit to it from the Enter the Score-Dire a short thing. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. So Warpig's vote is Doomed is a meme in the community. Absolutely. So yeah, and that's why I might go. I might do the Silveris for behind the paywall type thing. But so what I'll do right now is just do a Doomed ending. Let me find that, and we will we'll edit for that one first, regardless. Where are we? Okay, 27 minutes into the stream already. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I don't plan to stream very long. Silveris is more of a payoff for the diehards. Exactly that. Okay. Okay. You're convincing me, Warpig. Anybody else? They want to give their thoughts before after stream, and I might actually like type it in as well for like a post in the post section of like Discord and YouTube and Patreon as well. Just if anybody has any thoughts on that. But I think you got a point there. Okay, so let me get this. Probably do the whole thing actually. Okay.
Or another, you will be mine.
Let's see.
I can control your mind. I can trick your mind.
Gotta do like there's the special power going on.
Keep an eye out.
Let me just put this here. Hmm.
One way or another.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm going to... Oh, why do I have... I don't think I need video 2 on there, do I? No. I'm going to cut that out for the time being. Get myself some room. Cut it.
Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. One way or another.
Okay. Hold on a second.
way or another,
Okay. Cutting. You can't wait for game night tomorrow. Yeah, for me, like Thursdays is usually just driving around all day. Shuttling kiddo to school and stuff and back. There, okay, that's a good view. But I'm gonna cut now to the wider shot. Oh, you got the blister with Krug. Oh, cool. You didn't have a Krug before, Warpig? I've got a few Krugs. It's actually a fun scenario to use like a bunch of Krugs in the scenario. So I got a few, but never from a blister pack. It's kind of cool. Okay, gonna no, sold my collection back in the day for Warhammer. Ah, you gave in to the Warhammer overlords. No, it's fine. You know, I do understand the pull of Warhammer. I do understand. Mine. Okay, let me cut that. I think that might be all I need for this. Although, great, there's a more pull of thing to be able to get games in. Okay, so yeah, there's gonna be multiple ways that I'm gonna edit this thing. Hold on. Here, okay. We're getting a little bit of a crowd, aren't we here? Well, welcome to all of you who are hopping in tonight. Like I said, it's just a laid back type of Wednesday night where for just a little bit longer, just editing through this Kee-Mo-Shi short. And again, anybody who wants to leave a comment, suggestion, like I have 2 alternate endings, and Warpig already gave an answer via Twitch. What do you think? But to end this Kee-Mo-Shi short, I'll have 2 alt endings. One is where Kee-Mo-Shi starts yapping these lines here.
no, not you. I will share minds with anyone.
No, not you. I'll share minds with anyone but you. And the anyone but you is either a doomed, but she can't stand doomed, as well as the character that I have of Savaris, the Tales of Valhalla character of Savaris, to where he's like very, you know, high-pitched, whiny, anti-Legolas type thing. So who would you want as the alt, or as the ending for the public? And then the other one I'll probably put behind the paywall for members. Doesn't take away, you know, for either if you don't see one, but that's the question I've been asking tonight for that. Anyway, all right. Let me cut this. Let me cut this up. A little bit more room. Justin saying Savaris. Savaris to see for the public or behind the paywall. Okay, that's a little late still. Here, let me pull that up. Okay. Bill Flint. Hey, Bill Flint in the chat there. So Justin, Bill Flint in the YouTube chat. Hail, hail, hail. And Bill says, do I consider Kee-Mo-Shi a female since it's called a witch? Yeah, I definitely consider, I mean, well, War Witch, yeah. Morrow, you know, are interesting. I don't know how they do it in Mar. But I guess Kee-Mo-Shi would be as female as her species allows her to be. So yeah, that's how I would probably define her. Although it's interesting that that Kee-Mo-Shi is voiced by a guy, but a very well talented voice actor of a guy. So that, but I digress. But do you know that Naruto, in the English series Naruto, is voiced by a gal? So, you know, as long as you can do the job and do the job well, it doesn't matter to me who you are, you know, when it comes to having good talent. Okay, nice. This is okay. I suppose that is louder, but let's bring in Dune. I'm gonna edit just the Dune part for it though. Let's see. So we did both. So again, and for those of you who missed it, so when I animated this, like I did all the animation for this in one night, and that was at ScapeCon, the first ScapeCon. I think it was ScapeCon 2. Like rented out hotel room there. Me, Joe Crazy, Ben, MK Pasaltra, my friend Jeremy. I think it was just us in there, and I basically converted, since I basically mainly paid for that hotel room. I brought my DIY studio and converted that hotel room, that little corner of a hotel room area, into an animation studio just to show Joe how I animated stuff. And so did this. So this was like before completing season 3. This was the last animation that I did before completing season 3. And of course, I've done other animations since then. And I have behind the scenes, like I have footage of me doing this animation, so might show it sometime whenever I get the time for it. Okay, just want to see how this. Okay, I need to cut this a lot sooner. Okay, we can react a lot faster. You can almost have like this character doing probably saying like oh me, you know, like expecting like wants to be mind shackled, and Kee-Mo-Shi's just like no. Faster equals more panic, yeah. Yeah, I know, I will. I'm gonna. Bill is asking me, am I self-taught with what I'm doing now? Oh yeah, no, the if you watch from season 1 to season 3, you see the how I started and the progress through all of that. I mean, I have a background, a school background in television broadcasting, even though I never pursued that because I always wanted to do filmmaking. I just went to a 8-month trade school to learn a television broadcasting, but there's also some film stuff in that as well. And after that, I had in the course of being like really sick, you know, a bit after that, and it was tough doing anything because first I was thinking of just doing like live action or, you know, live stuff, but I couldn't get out of my house because I was just very sick. And so I thought, well, if I can't, then I'll bring the studio and stuff to me. And I just watched a lot of YouTube videos, did a little bit of research on what I could animate. First I was thinking Legos, but those seemed a little bit too complicated, and I mean, I had a lot of Legos, but not quite what I wanted if I wanted to do something. And so then I thought, oh, wait a minute, I played Heroscape a long time ago. Those miniatures are already painted. The terrain looks good. Why don't I just see what it looks like on camera? Then I wrote like a 35 page script, and that was season 1. And ended up that was my tryout. That was the trial and error. That was learning everything from the stop motion to lighting to. I mean, I know a little bit about lighting, but you gotta work. You gotta figure it out as you go. Doing everything DIY. A lot of all my light stands, the voiceover stands to set up the microphone, all that was PVC pipe that I just configured together to create stands. And the backdrop that I still use, I got from Joanne Fabrics. Because I'm like, oh, that looks like sky. Okay, I'll just take a whole bit of that and use that, and I've used that ever since. So that was a lot of figuring out how to do things, and of course, producing managing the voice actors, writing script, all that was a learning process. And you see how things get just a lot smoother animated wise by the end of season 3. It's just so much better. So it's definitely a lot of work, a lot of learning. Okay, so Warpig says faster, and I agree. So here, let me get definitely gotta make these cuts as quick as possible. So a lot of cutting. I don't mind over animating things because I'd rather have a lot and cut it than too little and not being able to cut anything. Okay, so we need to look at each other for a second, and that's what I did when I re-edited season 1 last year. A lot of what I did was cut everything just to be a little bit more faster paced or faster pacing with it, even though it's still like you can only cut so much from it. But I think I cut out like 15 to 20 minutes worth of season 1 when I did the re-edit. Yeah, Bill said, I understand of doing more than not doing enough. Exactly. Well, I was that happened during the process, especially in season 1. Sometimes I animated too little. I was like trying to figure, okay, how do I make this scene work for what I animated? Because I wasn't going to go back and set up the set and do it again. You only want to do so much of that. And so I learned to over animate, because like a lot of stuff you can leave on the cutting room floor. It's fine as long as you get the point across. Okay. So still gotta cut more of this. Might have to move this over. Oh, okay, no, I'll move you back. Move this over. Still more. Okay. I'm gonna go where she jumps, I think, because yeah, Dune isn't moving, so there. Okay. All right. Good. Now I just want to see how much this. Okay. So, and like when I animate them talking, sometimes I leave a pause between them talking. Otherwise, they're just too jittery. There is actually a method, and I've explained it before, but there is a method on how to get these guys to talk and make it look like they're talking. You don't want to overdo it with a movement. Matter of fact, you don't want to do too much at all, because there's ways to animate around it. Okay, yeah, so I might have to do this movement a few times. Alright. So this is going to take some finesse cutting. This is going to take me, and I'm sorry if that's too loud. It's because it's kind of loud in my ears, so hopefully it's not loud in yours. But yeah, anyway, I know I was saying earlier that I was actually feeling kind of down today, so maybe I'll talk about that while I'm cutting through this. So okay, here's a dealio. Right. As some of you know, I have like an ostomy, permanent ileostomy, and that's basically where it's like a bag, because I got no backside. I'm trying to like be as simple and less gross as possible, but I have no backside. That's all removed, all gone. Large intestine gone, and so everything's coming out of my belly. And so I got a bag there that I gotta manage and use, medical terms, ileostomy, and so I gotta change like every 5 to 7 days this, because things get messy, and the adhesive kind of wears off after time, or should wear off after a time. And so this morning I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that change today. The issue is that I was doing some cleaning, because there was some skin that was like kind of getting irritated, so I was putting some medicine on, and I think the case is that the medicine wasn't allowing the adhesive of the next thing that was the new bag that I was putting on to stick to my skin very well. And so that bag, that adhesive support started like getting off the skin immediately. It wasn't sticking to the skin, and I'm just like, oh boy. And thank goodness I still had another basin bag that I could attach on, ready to be stuck on. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just staying extra bit of time in the bathroom here. Hold on a second. Let me edit this a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that back and forth a little bit, which is fine. Yeah. And so, you know, it's kind of frustrating when that happens, because sometimes I have issues with the skin. And okay, that happens every once in a while. You know, I put some medicine on it, change it. It might stop the adhesiveness of, you know, what I'm putting on, and you know, it can be, you know, not as good, but to have both like that and then no adhesive sticking to the skin to where I gotta replace it, because it costs money. I mean, I have a little bit of insurance, but it still costs me money that I don't have for these things, and I'm going through like 4 or 5 of these a month typically, when I'm going through on a good month. You know, it could be more, especially this month. It is more now because I had to throw away that one, so there's a waste of days, and then I put the other one on that I had in my bag. I had one more in my like little bag's worth of supplies, and I have other supplies here that I had to refresh, but I put the second one on, and I tried cleaning everything up around here, trying to get whatever was causing things to not stick, just to where everything is a clean slate. And this one stuck better, but it's still coming apart on me. I mean, you typically this adhesive lasts for, you know, 5-7 days max, and it's just coming apart after a few hours. And I'm just like, this is some of the things being frustrated. Just you know, trying to live, trying to do your best doing something. I'm just like, how am I supposed to get out and do stuff when I can't even manage this? So it brings you down a little bit, and it's frustrating because I'm like, okay, there's more money I gotta put into getting more material, because I'm wasting material now, and hopefully this lasts me. I don't really know if this is gonna last me Friday, let alone like, I'm hoping for Monday or Tuesday, but I just don't know. And so once that spiral happens, then you just start thinking of other things, you know, in your head personally, and you start having doubts about yourself, and it's just a spiral down into feeling like crap, you know, being PG here. So yeah, kind of like a downer, but you know one thing, and I still feel like crap over that, because not only it's like, you know, stuff is coming apart, you feel uncomfortable. It just, you can feel it, you know, coming, it kind of undone, and so it has a certain feeling to your skin to where you're just uncomfortable. It's an ever-present thing anyway that you feel, and that just gives you a current presence of still just uncomfortableness the whole time, no matter how you move, if you're sitting up eating, if it's always present in your mind, and it wears away on you. Now, I give that a caveat. Way better life than dealing with actual extreme Crohn's pain, you know, of Crohn's disease. At least I don't have that. I haven't had that ever since my surgery 4.5 years ago. So I am thankful. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful to still be here. But you know, this is all I have to operate with at the moment. Because some people, you know, get these surgeries and then they're still dealing with Crohn's pain. You know, the Crohn's pain comes back. So I'm very fortunate not to have that. But you know, you can't be Pollyannish all the time. You know, sometimes some things are going to hit you, and that's just what it was doing for me today. But let me say that, you know, I started bringing up this stream. And this is another reason why I try and do these things, because you guys might be coming on saying, oh, this helps me throughout my day. And I do appreciate everybody, coming on and leaving whatever comment or question they want to bring on, because to me, y'all are like family. It's a brother and sisterhood here, which I'm very happy for. But as soon as I was watching the countdown videos at the beginning of the stream, and it's just basically the trailers for everything that I did, that lightened my spirits up, because I'm like, okay, you did those, so just get back to work. It doesn't matter what's happening here. Focus on what you got to do right now tonight. So it alleviates some of that feeling down. Bill's telling me maybe someday they'll be able to implant what they took out of you. Maybe. I mean, I know. No matter what happens, one of these days, I'm gonna expire from this mortal coil, and then after that, it's my belief that I'll be healed completely. So there's always that look forward to live is Christ, but to die is gain. That's my personal belief. But yeah, in this real life, it would be kind of cool to have a bionic intestine. That's just although it's I think it's one of those things that even the intestinal tract, science doesn't know a lot about the intestinal tract. I mean, the intestines, I think there was a study they found out a few years back that that the intestines are actually connected. There's wiring within your system that there's connections from the intestines to your whole body in ways that they didn't know possible. So so it's unlikely, but it is possible, Bill. It definitely is possible. Either that, or maybe finding an ostomy with this that's more, that can stay longer, that's more mechanical, maybe that's a self-cleaning ostomy, so you don't have to pay for a lot of bags or whatever. Who knows? Hey, I still have this kind of goal or dream to be the first, or one of the first people with an ostomy to hop on a SpaceX ship, or any other ship, whatever rocket, and go to the moon as an ostomate, as a person who uses an ostomy, and they just develop whatever technology they do to to be able to go in outer space. I'm happy to do that goal, even if I'm 70 or 80 years old, if it's 40 years from now or whatever. They're just oh yeah, we'll do that for them. That would be a goal. So either way, though. Now, when it comes to physically, I'm okay. I know I'm talking. I can't talk all edit at the same time, but it's okay. We are. Let's just bring this on here, and let's. I'm gonna cut this a little bit more. Gonna cut a little bit more. Okay. Okay, we gotta have her move again. So let's go here, and I don't want to here. I'm gonna save this because I don't want this thing to. Okay, and we have Dune doing kind of a movement there. So I don't want to cut all of that, but it's okay. It's such a subtle movement that I can cut some of it, and I don't think it's going to affect the shot too much.
I will share mine.
We gotta keep Kee-Mo-Shi moving though. So we're gonna cut this again. And this is the fun part of doing this. Sometimes you might not realize during some of these animations, I might be redoing the same movements for talking if I need to extend it, and you don't even realize. Okay, there, that works. And then we can cut somewhere here. And actually, what I'm gonna do here is actually do another cut here and do the introduction Kee-Mo-Shi text there, and then it's just gonna interrupt really fast and then go here. So yeah, it'd be a nice ending part there. So okay, we're almost an hour into the stream though, so it's about time to wrap up here. Here, give me one moment. Okay. No. Time flies when you're having fun chatting with people. Let's see here. Okay. Boom. All right. So I think I did what I needed to do tonight, which is nice. That's good. And when I start like doing like the audio stuff, I'll probably do that on my own time because it's better to see things visually. But when you're just like looking at the audio stuff, you can't really see much of anything else. Yeah, I sent it. So that's what I'll do. I will wrap up for tonight because it will be a long day tomorrow. So we'll bring that. So we'll just have Dune there. And let that be. So again. So the question I have for you all is that here. Just bring Savaris there. All right. And for those of you who didn't answer, again, you can leave a comment down in the comment section if you wanting. I can't wait for the new Savaris too. I did order a couple of things so I could get the new Savaris. I can't, like I said, I'm broke, so I couldn't order too much, but I ordered something just so I could get the new Savaris on the pre-order, because just looking forward to that. But who do you decide? Do you decide the Dune ending or the Savaris ending? So far, I think we have 1-1. And I probably will end up being the deciding vote, but leave a comment below if you want to decide what you want to decide there, and we'll leave that at that. So for this Sunday, we have 2 more streams before Renegade Con. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe this Sunday, maybe we'll paint, because I got things I got to paint. Maybe I'll do more of this. Oh, we'll see. Maybe I can get in the game, and although it's probably going to be until like another month or 2, but might get a game in an OHS. I still want to do that a few times, especially the closer we get to EscapeCon, because I want to start testing out armies with other people. So maybe with Heroscape or with someone else. We'll see. But either way, we'll just take it easy, because after EscapeCon, we'll have a lot to talk about and a lot of streams to do, and not much time to paint or do this type of editing. So we're going to do a lot of this now. So with that, I do thank all of you for watching, commenting. Warpig, who was first in the chat tonight on both chats, as well as Justin, Bill. Yeah, Justin and Bill. Good to see all of you. Hope to see you on Sunday. If not, you all take care. Game versus Rogue or Hexala. If Hexala can get on OHS, that's the thing. Or maybe Rogue can set it up for us. But I wouldn't mind facing against Adam or Rowan. That would be fun. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind, Bill. I'll keep that in mind. Like I said, it might not be this next week, but definitely in the future we will set it up. But until next time, thank you all so much for being here. See you Sunday. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you next time. Bye now.